tour bingo I made, and it never came, so I was shocked. Top tier city, and I think that way for Speak Now too. It's gonna be long lived. I was at the beginning of the tour, July 9th, and my little heart was happy. It's so long for that, getting ready for bed. Again, I love it. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm Ari, so if you're new here, I'm so glad to have you, and if you're back from watching my other videos, thank you so much. Love. Okay, so this video is going to be about my Eras Tour bingo I made for all the surprise songs. So at the beginning of the Eras Tour, I decided to come up with this and write down all the songs that Taylor does not play on the set list and all the songs from all of her albums, starting with Taylor Swift to Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1999, Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore. And then at that point I went and did Red TV, I kind of forgot that one over here, and then I did Midnights, and then I did all of just the singles, everything that's not on an album, and here I did her new songs, and I even added on the Speak Now from the Vault songs, and then I did the new ones like Hits Different, You're Losing Me, and All the Girls You Loved Before. So this is fully complete now, and after the US leg tour of leg 1, now I am ready, and it is fully done. And it's crazy that when I first started out, I drew all these lines, and it was a process. It took me a long time to make this, and now I've crossed out like more than half the songs, so that is crazy. I have had this up in my room for so long, and every day it just looks different every time there's a crossout songs. And I've also been able to notice patterns of what types of songs she's doing, what albums are almost complete, like for 1989 when she did all those songs. I also see she's done a lot of Red songs, and Speak Now she's done almost all of them, so there's just a couple more that she needs to. But today in this video I'm going to tell you all about surprise songs. We're going to talk about my favorites, my least favorites, what I think she should have done, and everything. So let's go. Okay, so let's get started. Taylor has done many songs as her surprise songs throughout the tour. She's done almost every single one I wrote down, at least more than half, if not like more. But they're my favorites. Like, so I had a list at the beginning of tour that was all the songs I would like die to see live. And a lot of them like were some I got to see. Like, I saw New Romantics, that was on my list. I saw Long Live, that was not a surprise song, but it got added to the set list. I did not know it was going to be added, so I was so excited about that. But yeah, I think the best songs that she did for surprise songs, like, I think there's so many of them, too many to count, but like if I go through the list, I think Picture to Burn is obviously a classic, because like we all at some point sang Picture to Burn in our room growing up. So I think that is just such, like, that's just such a good song. I cannot believe that she waited so long to do that. That was at the end of tour, like right before the end she did Picture to Burn, and that is crazy because Picture to Burn, I love that song. I think it should have been done, like, I was waiting for it like every week, the second in the week, the third week, and it never came, so I was shocked. And then as we go down, obviously we have Our Song and Teardrops on My Guitar, both classics too. Like, Our Song, I love that song, and then Teardrops on My Guitar, I also love that one. That is such a beautiful song. So when she did those nights, I was shook. It was so good. And then we move on to one of my other favorite albums, Fearless. And Fearless has so many good songs that weren't on the set list that should have been. So starting out, 15, amazing. When that was a surprise song, I started crying. It was wild seeing that song live. Nashville, I must say, got the best surprise songs. Like, I feel like Nashville's the top tier city and is like her hometown, so that's like amazing. But they were very lucky. And then I have to say, as we go down this list, we have White Horse, Breathe, Tell Me Why, You're Not Sorry, The Way I Loved You. Why has that not been a surprise song yet? Like, that song is like one of my favorites from Fearless, so I am really shocked. I thought that'd be a surprise song much sooner, and it still hasn't been. So when you're watching this video, it has still not been a surprise song. And then Forever and Always, I love that song. When she did in one night, Forever and Always and This Love, that was a night to remember. I would have loved to be there for that. Those two songs are so good, and I've been so excited. And then The Best Day on Mother's Day, My Little Heart, it was so sweet. I love that. And then Change coming with the Raine, Superstar. That's crazy that those haven't been surprise songs yet. I thought they all would be, especially Change. I was waiting for that week after week. I thought that was gonna come. The Other Side of the Door was amazing. Today Was a Fairy Tale. I love that song. That song happened and I was listening live and I was like, today's a fairy tale. I love that song. Like, that was a good one for me. I love it. And then Mr. Perfectly Fine, the best vault track on Fearless in my opinion. And I was excited to see that. I think she did it perfectly on the guitar. It sounded so good. I loved it. And then we go over here to, where are we? That's When, Untouchable, Don't You, Bye Bye Baby. She didn't do any of those yet. I think she should have done more from the vault on that one because she did a few from the vault on Red. She should have done more on Fearless. Just my opinion though. And then we move on to Speak Now is my favorite album. And every single one of these songs has my whole heart. So I think she's honestly done like the best song. So mine, On the Piano, In the Rain, After Would've, Could've, Should've. The best night of surprise songs, hands down, Nashville Night 3. When she did those, here I was sitting in bed, watching the live, and I heard Would've, Could've, Should've in the rain. I was shook in the yellow dress. It is so, so, so good. I like will never get over that night. That will live rent free in my head like forever. And then after that, she sat down at the piano and started playing mine. It was like, You Were in College, and I was like, mine! Oh my god, I love that song though, and I was so excited then. And that, like, my heart. That night lives forever in my heart. It's so good. And then Sparks Fly with the Speak Now announcement, Nashville Night 2. That was wild. She was like, so I think it's such a magical moment, like when she sang New Romantics at my show and had the 1999 like up on the screen, it is like magical because like that, it lives together. So like I feel like New Romantics would not have been the same if it would just been the plain stage. Like it had the 1999, the new cover, that was beautiful, and I think that way for Speak Now too. Sparks Fly is a perfect song to announce that. And then Back to December. I love Back to December, always will. It's such a good song. It used to be one of my favorites, and then I overplayed it, and I still love it though. It's come back to me. And when she did that, it was so beautiful on the piano. It was such a good night. Okay, Speak Now. I love that song. She also messed up, so she should be playing it again. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it past her. I mean, she does crazy things, but I'd be excited. Dear John. So that night, that was before, I think, before Speak Now TV came out. Yes. And I was in my car. It was late at night. We were driving home, and she was like, oh, and you know, I don't want you guys to be bullying others on the internet. And I was like, what song could this be? And then she was like, in my re-recordings and Speak Now is coming out, so automatically I started shaking, and I knew it was gonna be Long Live. I was like, it's Long Live, no, and I want to hear this song so bad. I thought this was gonna be the last night's song, and then it was Dear John, and that was phenomenal. And I was sad I missed that one too, but it was so good, so good. So I was so excited about that. And then Mean. Mean is so good too. That was like at the beginning of the tour, and I love Mean. It was so good when she did it. I saw it. I mean, I felt like that was gonna come towards the beginning, so that's God. The Story of Us. That night I was at a different concert, so I didn't get to watch that live, and then I came home and was like, one of my favorite Speak Now songs is off. The Story of Us. Like, it's gone. I'm so sad. I love that song, The Story of Us. It has a special place in my heart. And then we have Never Grow Up. That song had me in tears. She did that in Kansas City after Speak Now came out, which I thought was good because when Speak Now came out when she was 19, like now she's 33, and Never Grow Up, it's so fitting. It's amazing. Okay, so now like a shocking one, Better Than Revenge. Like, I really thought that since she re-recorded it and changed the lyrics, he was a moth to the flame, she was holding the matches, she would have played it as a surprise song at all because it hasn't been done, and I am shocked. Like, why not? Crazy. And then Innocent, that one, she hasn't done that one either, which I'm okay with. That's not my favorite. Haunted, I was at dinner that night and with my AirPods in and saw that and was like, Haunted. I was waiting for that one and Long Live the whole tour. That was amazing. And then Last Kiss, she did Last Kiss right before July 9th, and it was amazing. She did it on like July 7th or 8th, I think. right before the last concert that she had before, because she didn't have one on that date, and it was so good. I was so happy. And then we have Electric Touch, Foolish One, and Superman. I love those songs, and I'm so waiting for them to be surprise songs, and I will be excited when they do. They need to, a Foolish One, top tier, and that needs to be a surprise song. And then she has Long Live. I crossed that out because I thought that was going to be a surprise song before, but then it became part of the set list. And then When Emma Falls in Love, she did that the first night after Speak Now came out, and that was amazing. It was slow and it was good. I liked it. And then I Can See You, that night was the night that we clowned way too hard, and we thought she was gonna announce 1999 TV, and then she did I Can See You. So my little heart was happy. She waited for me for my concert. I was excited. And then Castles Crumbling. That song is so relatable, honestly. I can't believe that Fearless Taylor wrote that. And it's crazy. And then we have Timeless and Ours, If This Was a Movie. But Ours, I love that song. That was one of the first songs she did on tour after Las Vegas and Arizona, and that was amazing. I love that one. And then Timeless, that's my favorite song from the vault, so I love it. That it sounded so good. It's just like a timeless, like nostalgic song. So doing the Eras tour is so it was good. And then If This Was a Movie, I like that. I was waiting for that one too. That's good. Now we go to the Red era. So from the Red era, we have so many good songs. I feel like in this one, she did all of them except for Sits. So Red's one of her favorites. I feel like it's such a good album that it should be. So Stay, 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 I Almost Do, Treacherous, those, Saved Grace, those were all really good. Those were all songs that I heard them, I automatically knew what they were. They were so good. I love them. And then Red, I think that should have been on the set list, so I was so excited when I heard that. Loving Him was Red. I think that also the last time Holy Ground, when she did Holy Ground, I was thrown. That was so good. I love Holy Ground, one of my favorite songs from Red. And then Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, Lucky One, Everything Has Changed. She waited so long for that. I thought it was coming weeks and weeks before, and it finally came. It was good. It was amazing. And then Starlight, and one of my favorites from Red, Begin Again. That was towards the beginning of tour 2, and I was literally getting ready for bed, and I heard Begin, and I was like, the beginning of it, was like, no, Begin Again. I love that song. That's before I knew I was going to the Eras tour, so I was so excited just to hear it. I want her to play that song, and I love it. And then we have Come Back, Be Here. That was the request from Phoebe Bridgers, so that was so good. I loved it. I was not expecting that, actually. Then we have Better Man. Better Man is such a good song. I didn't know all the words before she did it, but I really fall in love with it since she did it for the surprise song. And then Nothing New, I wrote that on here, but then that became a song she did with Phoebe, and that was so good. Every night when they did that part, I would be able to sit down, my full attention goes to the song because it's a limited time. It was so good. I loved it. And then Message in a Bottle and I Bet You Think About Me. So I Bet You Think About Me was early on, and it is so good. She needs to redo that one. That's one of the best surprise songs she's done too. And then Message in a Bottle, that was so fun too, so fun to watch. And then there's some others, Girl at Home, Ronin, Babe, Forever Winter, The Very First Night, and Run. Taylor, the very first night, I thought, okay, every night in LA, I thought she was gonna do that because remember that night out in LA. And we were in LA the very first night, that would have made total sense. I've guessed that on Swiftball for many, many weeks. And then Run. I love that song too. I think it should have been early on, at least, or mid through the tour. So I'm surprised she hasn't done it yet. Soon. Okay, so next we have 1989. I guess there's no songs to read off that she didn't do from this album. It's crazy, the vault songs, I guess. And Welcome to New York, when she did that was so good. I think it might have been better if she would have done it not on guitar because I feel like she slowed it down a little bit, but it was still so fun. And then Out of the Woods. Was that Nashville night 1 or night 2? Night 1, I think. After 15? Oh, before 15, yes. Well, Out of the Woods, 20 Stitches in the hospital room when you start crying. Maybe I did too. The bridge, it was magical. I loved it so much. And then All You Had to Do Was Stay, I Wish You Would, How You Get the Girl. Those are all so good. I was so excited to hear those. And those are some of my favorite songs. So that was fun. And then This Love, like I said, was with Forever and Always. That was a great song to do too. I was excited about that. And then I Know Places, Clean on the piano, and then she covered it in a higher key, so she did it again. And I missed it twice, and Clean is so good. I love that song and I've fallen more in love with it since then, and now the 1999 TV. And then Wonderland, when she did it at the beginning of tour, I was so excited. Like, I thought that one was gonna wait a little bit, maybe like the end of tour, not even yet, and she did it, so that was amazing. And then You Were in Love, she did that in LA, and it was so good. You were in love. And I was so excited, and I got emotional. And when everyone said you were my best friend and shouted it, Taylor, oh my gosh, like that's magical. And I rewatch that part on Instagram all the time. So beautiful. And then New Romantics, that was my surprise song at my show, so obviously I'm biased towards that. I love it, but I always loved New Romantics even before it was my surprise song. It's always been one of my favorites off 1999. It's just so good. Okay, we are at our Reputation era. Reputation. For Reputation, she did not do like a lot of the songs. I feel like it took her a long time to do, like Dress, New Year's Day, King of My Heart. Those all came at the end. So Endgame, I Did Something Bad, and So It Goes. We're waiting for those, Taylor. So when Reputation TV comes out, that's when I think she's gonna do those. And then Gorgeous, you should take that as a compliment. That was so good. I loved Gorgeous. When she did that, it was amazing. And then Getaway Car, one of my favorites. If you know me, you know how obsessed I am with this song. So when she did this, I was so excited. It was amazing. When she brought Jack Antonoff up on stage, it was magical. It was a magical moment. And then we have King of My Heart. She did that night 5 in LA, yes. We were just getting to the hotel to go to the Eras tour the next day, and I was walking like up the stairs, and she was like, I live on my own, and I was like, it's King of My Heart. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I was going crazy in my hotel room. I was running around in that little room, and my sister was like, you need to calm down. Like, I was losing my marbles. Like, it was crazy. It was the most exciting moment ever. And just knowing that, like, I was within, like, 30 minutes from the stadium was amazing. It's incredible. And then Dancing with Our Hands Tied. Like, that song, I'm waiting for it. Like, when's that coming? I feel like that song should have already been one. That's what I would have picked to do from Rep, like, one of the first or second ones. And then This Why We Can't Have Nice Things. That song was so good. When she did it, like, that's not one of my favorite songs from Rep, but she did so good. She literally was laughing, and she's like, I can't even say it with a straight face. Like, she was having a great time. I was too. And then Dress and Exile on the same night. That's a crime. That is so good. Dress, I only bought this dress so you could take it off. It was so good. And then Call It What You Want. I love that song. When she did that, I was so excited. And when she did that after she did I Miss You, I'm Sorry with Gracie Abrams, that was a wild night. 3 surprise songs. It was incredible. And then New Year's Day, that was my other surprise song. So I love New Year's Day, and I think it was like a good song to end it with. And also, it's crazy that she started the night 1 in Arizona with Tim McGraw, and then night 6 in LA with New Year's Day, her first and last stolen song. Something to think about. And then I Forgot That You Existed, and Cornelia Street, London Boy, Soon You'll Get Better, Afterglow, Me, that needs to be done. Like, that song almost should have been on the set list, and then it should have totally been done right away since it wasn't. And then It's Nice to Have a Friend. Those all need to be done. I'm waiting. And then I Think He Knows. That was so good. Like, He's Obsessed with Me, and Boy, I Understand. I was screaming that in my bathroom. And then Paper Rings. I didn't think she was going to do that after the breakup, but she did, and I was happy, and it was amazing. And then Death by a Thousand Cuts. She did that twice, and that song was so good too. I loved it. False God was so good. I love that song, and it was a good night. And then Daylight, she did that after she did Dear John, and I was so excited that at that point I was already in like an anxious spiral. I could not even focus, so that was an exciting night. Daylight was fun. And then All the Girls You Loved Before, which that was so fun. I didn't know she was going to do that. Like, I wasn't really expecting it, and she did it, and it was amazing. Of course. Now, we are in the Folklore era. So, for the Folklore era, she did a lot of the songs, like most every single one. This Is Me Trying. I love that song. I think it's so relatable for all of us, so I think that was amazing that she did that. I think it was so good that I was right at the beginning. Like, This Is Me Trying, guys. Here I am in the Eras tour. Like, work with me, and it turned out to be amazing. And then Exile. we were waiting and waiting and every night, and then I was like we waited all tour for that, and it was crazy. And that was Dress, crazy. Then Mirrorball, it's one of my favorite songs from Folklore. So when she did Mirrorball, I was like, a Mirrorball, like the first night, it was crazy. And like the first night, none of the lives were working. Like I didn't know how to do it, and so I did not watch it on live, but I watched it later, and it was incredible, just like always. And then 7, Illicit Affairs, that was on the set list, so I do not know why I wrote that either. Mad Woman and The Lakes, those were all such good songs. It brought us back like to such a folklore dreamy feel, like we were back in the pandemic in her Betty's cabin up there in the mountains. It was beautiful. And then Epiphany, Peace, and Hotes, those ones have not been done yet, so let's see when we will get them to us. It's exciting. Then we have Evermore. So Evermore, there's some surprising songs that she didn't do yet. Gold Rush, I love Gold Rush. When she did it, I was so excited. I was like, yes, it feels like such a holiday song to me. It was beautiful. No Body, No Crime, I took that off because obviously she did that with Haim. They added that to the set list. I got to hear that song, and it was amazing. I loved it. And then Happiness. Long story short, Closure and It's Time to Go. That's not allowed. Like Happiness, she needs to play. It's so good. There is Happiness After You. Like, long story short, that needs to be done too. Like even at the tour, like I remember so many nights I'll be watching a live stream, and she's like, so long story short, everyone starts screaming. They're like, that's gonna be the surprise song tonight. It never is. Crazy. And then Dorothea, Coney Island, Ivy, and Cowboy Like Me. So good. She did all the best songs. I was so excited about those ones. It was fun nights, all of them. And then Evermore, Right Where You Left Me. Right Where You Left Me, I heard that was rumored, like that was the rumored surprise song during the day, so I was excited for it. I listened to it obsessively all day, and then it got there, and it was a fun song. She almost got it perfect. So fun. And then we have Midnight, last album. Maroon, Snow on the Beach, You're on Your Own, Kid, Question. They were all so good. Like Maroon, she's done 2 times. Snow on the Beach was so good. I love that song. She did that really early on too in Las Vegas. It was amazing. You're on Your Own, Kid, she's done twice. That song is my favorite because that's why we're making the friendship bracelets. So that's totally appropriate. And then Question was so good too. Labyrinth, like I'm waiting for it. Sweet Nothing, like when's that one coming? Sweet Nothing's amazing. Bigger Than the Whole Sky and Paris. Paris, you're getting Paris. I'm betting it. It's a bet. And then Glitch and Dear Reader. Dear Reader, I kind of was under like the assumption that I was gonna get Dear Reader at my show because it was the last one. So like Dear Reader, that's the last song she's put out like on her last album, I guess. And I thought that would be so fun. But those ones were waiting. I love all these songs. And then The Great War, that was amazing. That was rumored during the day before the show, and it was so good when she did. I loved it. And then High Infidelity. Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? Yeah, that's where I was, watching High Infidelity on live stream. And then Would've, Could've, Should've. Like I said, my favorite surprise song. Yeah, and like I feel like it's not just because it's like the song. Like it is a song. I love the song, but also it just is so dreamy to me that I was like in bed. It was like 11 o'clock, and I was tired, ready to go to bed, and then I heard that, and I couldn't go to sleep. It was amazing. And then we have All the only single that she did do was I Don't Want to Live Forever. And that song, I'm very surprised. Like when she did it, I was like, I don't want to live forever. This is the song she's doing right now. Like not one of these on Speak Now, Lover, like Evermore. Like it was, I Don't Want to Live Forever. Like it was such a good song, don't get me wrong, but I was shocked. And she really did a good job. But so I was glad that she decided to do that. And it was super duper fun. And anyways, that is my experience with these surprise songs. Here's my cute bingo I made. I made this just on a poster board and then some markers, rulers, and I wrote all the songs. And then here I have little circles for all the different albums, the different colors. And I'm wearing my cute Eras Tour shirt that I got outside in the parking lot after the Eras Tour. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe for more Taylor Swift and concert videos down below. Comment what your surprise song favorites were and what your experience was with some of them, and I will see you next time. I hope you liked this video. Bye. That was not supposed to be on there. It's red. And there goes my bingo on the floor. No. Okay, so where do I even start? There's so many surprise songs. Well, they're all falling true, but honey, most of them are true.